At the start of the week, I was kind of joking after the first 2 years. I was like, it's either going to be third time lucky or bad things come in threes. I'm Dan Booker, I'm 28 years old. It's a month after Hardline now. We're in Hobart, dust has settled. I'm here with my friends making a movie about Hardline Tasmania. I absolutely love living in Tassie. It is the sickest place. I feel like I've been super lucky to travel all over the world to some of the most insane places, and still every time I come back to Tassie, it's just like a breath of fresh air. There's such an awesome community here. Awesome riding, great surfing, big enough city, it's got everything you need, nothing you don't. Yeah, it's awesome.
What was it like hitting those jumps for the first time?
It was the craziest feeling. I'd never experienced anything like it on a bike. Just the speed you're going, and the whole time really pretty much straight out of the start gate to the bottom is tapped. That was kind of a new experience for me, and I'd never ridden features of that scale before. It felt like a massive week progression for my riding. The race run in 2024 was kind of over before it began. I went straight out of the start gate into the first rock garden. Halfway through the first rock garden, blew my hand off the bars. It all happened so quickly, I didn't really even have a chance to try and save it. You can kind of see my hand searching for the bars on the way down. I just got slammed into the ground so hard. Hit the ground, smacked my head, bounced into a tree, and I remember laying on the ground, just being like, oh, maybe I can push my bike up to the top and have another go. And yeah, must have hit my head pretty hard, because you can't really do that in racing.
I think his style is like, yeah, that's what I like about him.
They're frothing on the Aussie contention, mate.
There's heaps of us this year.
Yeah.
It's the first day of Hardline and we're at the top of the mountain. We're just about to head for the track walk. We're going to walk down, have a look at all the features, yeah, size them up before we ride it tomorrow.
She was like, and I was like, I'm pretty sure you could start there.
Yeah, and it was a bit of a heavier landing. Yeah, might be able to I never know what to do here. And then land here and then you hop again. And yeah, last year I just missed the hop slightly and just like caught my tyre just on that real square edge one in the middle. So that did it. Yeah, that did it.
After the 2024 event, I just set my sights on the 2025 event. I knew it was coming back and I just wanted to hit the ground running. In reality, it didn't turn out that way. I had a film project that I was filming in Tassie right before the 2025 event. At the end of that film project, I had a massive crash where I got high-sided into a lip and I knocked myself out, broke my back. That was 2.5 weeks before the 2025 event. Not only had I just knocked myself out and broke my back, I hadn't been on my downhill bike for a month. I was sure I wasn't going to be able to ride the 2025 event. Everything was kind of pointing to me not riding the event. Felt good right before the event. I just wanted to feel it out. I think I just wanted it so badly, I kind of just convinced myself I wasn't injured. Not my cleverest decision in hindsight. Probably should have sat the event out. It was crazy, like as soon as I had jumped on my bike at the event and started riding, I don't know how it managed to work, but everything just started clicking. Like I felt so good on my bike that week. The first day of practice, probably did the gnarliest thing that I've ever done on my bike. Rode a log leading into the cliff drop and nose pressed that, which is like a 50-foot drop, I think, which was probably the most horrible feeling I've ever had, throwing my wakeboards off the drop.
Yes, mate. Oh, bro. That is so cool. Look at you, mad dog.
He slapped the turn too, eh?
That log ride into the drop was something that I just spotted while I was out riding the bike park. Out there having fun, didn't feel like I had anything to prove. I felt like just riding the event was good enough because I thought I was going to miss it. So just being out there riding was all I needed. The race run in 2025, I was pretty nervous in the start gate after having such a big crash in the run the year before. Just attacked out of the start gate like normal. And as soon as I went through the first rock garden, I kind of had like a mental, like, all right, we're on now. So I started attacking after that first rock garden and just set into like such a sweet rhythm for the rest of the run. About halfway through the run, there's this really techie double-double that they call the Wombat Gap. I just ran the slightest bit too far right on the second hop in that double-double and just cased a rock so hard. You can kind of just see it on the live feed, but I was just like, this trying to soften the landing. Unfortunately, just like made a massive bang. I thought it was all right. I'd lost a bit of speed when it happened. Kept going, got into that fernery motorway section, and midway through there's like a pretty sharp left-hander, and I pushed in and I kind of just felt my tire burp like the tiniest bit. A little bit further down, hit another turn, I was like, oh, I feel like I've got a flat tire. It wasn't until I got to the whoops that I was like, oh, I've got a flat tire. It's pretty much as soon as I hit the whoops, I felt my rim, like rimming out on the whoops. After that, I pretty much just didn't really know what to do. I went over the scrub wall and then I was just trying to think about what I needed to do. I was sure I wasn't going to be able to make it to the bottom at that point, but I still had a fair bit of air in my tire. I kind of just backed the pace off enough to try and like not burp it anymore. I felt it like properly burp riding the double inside before the road gap, and then I must have only had like 12-15 psi in my tire going off the road gap, which even that still felt alright. I was just trying to get as far down to the bottom as I could. After the 2024 event and having the crash at the top, just all I wanted to do was get to the bottom, so I was just trying to just keep going as far as I could. I hit the road gap, the turn after the road gap, I was just trying to be so gentle on it, and then went off that next shark fin, which is still like a 60-foot road gap. I just felt my tire just like sliding off the lip, and as soon as I landed that jump, I was just like, oh, what are you doing? Just call it. So you can see in the live, I'm just like standing up tall. I knew it was over, and then by the time I got to the creek gap, I just had to stop. I remember being on the lip of the creek gap and just like reaching down, feeling my tire just to make sure it was flat, and yeah, it was super flat at that point. And remember just feeling just like, oh, just bummed. I had to push around the creek gap and just got back onto the side of the course and just rolled my way through to the bottom, stopped on the last jump, just big clap for the crowd. I was just thanking everyone for all the support through the week, really. Felt so cool just rolling through. The first people I see when I roll through the finish arch is my girlfriend and my mum, and they're both in tears. Go straight over, give them both a big hug, and yeah, I just couldn't be bummed at all at that point. I just felt so lucky just to be there. It was a part of such an epic week, a whole crowd which was so supportive. It was an amazing feeling. After the race, I had so many people coming up to me just being like, oh mate, you must be so bummed. Instantly, I was just so pumped. Like, I was just like, I can't be upset. Just felt so grateful for the opportunity and just so grateful that I could be there. So it was just like this gratitude feeling. I wasn't feeling bummed at all. Just rolling through that bottom section just gave me like the bigger picture instantly. I was voted Rider of the Week, which was super special. Getting to ride with some of your heroes during the week was so cool. And then to have an award which is voted by all of those guys, for them to vote me as the standout rider at an event like that was so special.
This turn just gets destroyed every year, eh? Just like soft as dirt. And you're coming so fast in, and then you have to carry like, this is so crucial because you carry speed for like the next minute of trail. So you pretty much just have to and try and carry as much speed as you can. This one's 64.
I mean, that makes sense. Yeah. I guess with things like this, there's no easy way. You just have to hit it.
And this looks like nothing on the camera. It's just, you don't even see it.
I just got surprised because this doesn't ring a bell with me, and I've seen obviously a lot of POVs. It's absolutely such just people just neglect to mention. You know, it's not a thing.
Want to see someone try and gap the whoops this year?
And ask that question, you're probably it, dude.
I don't know if it's me, to be honest.
Or like that's like maybe a good job.
Yeah.
Or like Goldfinger would do that as a joke.
I reckon it would go. We've just finished track walk on day 1, so yes, just walking the track today. It's looking really good. Pretty similar to last year with a few little tweaks, so yeah, looking forward to getting out and riding tomorrow.
I had to pull out of the World Championships in 2025, which was my last event of the season. I just did 3 months of physio, just like intensive physio. It was pretty tough times through there. Didn't really know what it was going to look like. At that point, I was like struggling to even go ride my bike on a flat road. There was a big part of me that thought that I wasn't going to be able to mountain bike properly at all in 2026. Hardline was going to be my first event of the year. Committed to trying to get back for that event. I only rode my bike when I felt like I could. So yeah, some days were not so good, some days were good. On the good days, I got out and tried to just get comfy on the bike again. Talking to all my sponsors before the 2026 event, I was like, I'm going to participate. I'm not going to race. I'm just going to go participate. I want to be at the event. I'm going to feel things out. And if my body allows it, I'm going to race.
Good morning.
Yeah.
Hardline's crazy, man. It's always just like chill, 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 and then you're just like going 70k an hour as soon as you get on your bike. And you're like, oh.
First thing in the morning.
Yeah.
Jet orange number plate.
Yeah, oh true.
Throughout the week, I started to feel comfy. No conditioning in my body. Like I felt so weak, shaking some of the rust off. And yeah, by the time I got to the seeding run, I was actually feeling really good. I was just pumped to put down a good clean run. I was sitting in the gate feeling super confident, just wanted to do like a good smooth run and hit on my lines and get prepped for the race the next day.
Been having a fun week?
It's been so sick. Yeah, it's been pretty scary this year for some reason. Like, yeah, having a bit more fear. But yeah, been loving it. I'm feeling a bit more alive. But yeah, I don't know, just been chilling for a couple of hours and just frothing. I'm pretty excited now. So
Sick, man.
yeah, ready to get a run under my belt and then yeah, hopefully build for tomorrow, but keep it pretty smooth.
RedBull Hardline since 2022 is still to drop at the top, as is this man, Dan Booker from Medina here.
Pretty much as soon as I dropped in, I just got carried away. I just felt myself like breaking late into things and pretty much instantly just got like stood up at the top into a tree, overcommitted into a hole, and then I think maybe a conditioning thing, not being strong enough on the bike, I just got stood up. So my seeding run was pretty much over in terms of like a good result at that point. Cracked on, lost heaps of speed, so I just had to get back up to speed through that whole section. After that, I got into like a pretty sweet flow down the rest of the course. Kind of just before the whoops, this kind of jump I was doing into a left-hander, and there was a little bit of bark hanging out over the track, which got hooked in my rear wheel. I don't know if I've got some sort of hardline curse or something, but I heard it happen at the time and I just felt my spokes snapping it up as I was going into the whoops. I kind of forgot about it for the rest of the run, but as soon as I got into those bottom jumps, I got through off the road gap. You've got so much elevation there, so I wasn't noticing it, but hit the road gap, hit the shark fin, the cannon over the next road, going down into the creek gap. That was all good. Hit the creek gap. But as soon as I hit the creek gap and I was going around that right-hand corner, I just felt like my bike was rolling super slow, and I was like trying to generate speed. I was like doing like double pumps on all the rollers, trying to generate as much speed as I could. I couldn't tell what was going on, but I was just thought I must have had like just a crazy headwind or something. I went into the bowl for the last jump and just felt myself slow down so much in that bowl. I kind of just tried to push through the jump a bit to try and make the distance, pretty much 50-50 case, like a 90-foot jump. Somehow managed to ride it out in a way that didn't destroy me. I just managed to ride it into the ground. I couldn't work out what was going on. I was kind of just like sitting there rattled afterwards. Like everyone came up and was like making sure I was okay, and I was like totally fine. I had like the tiniest little graze on my elbow, which seemed insane for crashing a jump that big. Fully got away with it. I was just rattled. I couldn't work out what had happened. It wasn't until the next morning I got sent a video. I could see there was like all this bark wrapped up in my hub. My bike was just rolling so slow. Just had a crazy headwind as well. So, don't know, man. I woke up on race day. The sky was pretty grey. I wasn't sure what was going to happen. It was supposed to be the nicest day of the week, so I was just expecting it to clear up. As we got closer to Medina, it just started raining. Those jumps are just like on the limit. We were hitting them in bone dry conditions and barely clearing them, sometimes not clearing them.
The motorway is so fucking slippery.
As soon as we just started getting some rain, and kind of from the experience I've had at the bike park, that is like the absolute worst conditions you can have. When it's been super dry and dusty all week and then you just get a ton of rain, it just turns into this claggy glue and your bike just doesn't roll. Even on like anything hard pack, it just feels like your bike rolls so slowly. Practice started. I was feeling a little bit rattled from the crash I had in seeding, so instead of doing a run of the hardline course, I just got my bike, went up and just rode down one of the blue trails beside it. I was feeling like not quite right, just like started getting some sort of concussion-y symptoms. I was in a pretty interesting place in my head trying to work out whether I was going to be able to go up and do a race run, if I was going to have to pull out of the event. By the time I got to the bottom, they'd shut off practice for hardline.
Nope. That is so lucky. It's like 60k an hour between two trees, unpadded trees. Wow. It has been dry all week and now it's absolutely pissing down with rain on race day. They're kind of working out what they're going to do with the race at the moment, so still waiting to hear. They put practice on hold because people are just nearly dying everywhere out there. It's so slick. I had a pretty big crash in seeding yesterday, So just wanted to feel things out this morning and just took a roll down one of the blue trails instead of the hardline course and feeling it out. Feels alright, so see how we go. But kind of just waiting now. So
Yeah. See what
yeah.
the plan is.
Maybe if it ends up racing, then my first run today might end up being a race run now. So I don't think a practice run would have helped me. It probably would have just made me scared. So
Yeah.
see how we go.
There was talk of them cancelling the race, and at that point, that was the best decision they could have made. I'm super, super pumped that Red Bull and everyone involved made that decision. Like, purely best decision they could have made for rider safety. Unfortunately for me, that means that the old hardline curse lives on.
Sometimes I feel the fear of uncertainty stinging clear, and I can't help but ask myself how much I love